Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about you. And I appreciate all your feedback. I know the fans do too, Blair. So thank you. But you're absolutely right. Let's switch the focus and let's talk about what you have going on because you do have a really big fight coming up May 31st, Miami, Adrien Broner. I guess just confirmation for anybody who's unsure that fight's official, right? That's signed, sealed, delivered, or is
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. We're just going through the little things like finally this Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney stuff is over. So now it might be time to finally come out of the woodworks and start promoting the fight. And what better fight to promote than Blair Flair versus AB? Two of the very best when it comes to entertainment and entertainers. We're not corny little young kids doing stupid shit. This is real entertainment and real fighters getting it in. So I think this will be very, very fun for the fans of all ages. And very interesting when it comes to what happens and then also what happens next. Um I think that regardless, win, lose, or draw, Adrien Broner has a still a life after the fight. And for me, everything is landing on this fight, winning and winning incredibly. So I'm putting everything I have into this fight.
Yeah, we haven't seen you fight in a little bit, right? Almost 2 years. Last time we saw you fight, you got a nice victory over a unanimous decision victory over Maurice Hooker. You dropped him 3 times, but it's been a little bit. Can you just help the fans understand maybe why there was such a long layoff and what we can expect now with you coming back?
Well, the layoff is based off of the fact that I put a lot of fear in people's eyes. Someone like me is not easily controlled. Why? Because I have a voice. And I am what we would consider the people's champion. And a people's champion, they're boisterous, and when they win and win impressively, the promoters have to start paying them, and have to start going a certain way. And if I don't actually like work quite as well with their politics or what they want to promote, they people can try to stop you as much as they can. And that's basically what happened with Golden Boy. They didn't really quite see the potential of what Blair Flair brings to the table. So they protected as much as they could their other welterweight until he moved up, and which was what Virgil Ortiz, and that whole thing. Like, and I was like, okay, well, what about Blair Flair versus Virgil Ortiz? Yeah, nah, too risky now, too risky. Like, well, it was easy. It was easy work at first. You thought like, okay, after Alexis Rocha fight, he's done, and they put me in there with an even tougher fighter, and Maurice Hooker, and then it looked completely different. And they were okay. They were totally fine with him being almost a whole weight class above me and everything. And they just wanted to just be done with me. And then it didn't happen that way. They were guaranteeing that I'll be out within 2, 3 rounds max. Even Terrence Crawford, and then boom, all this craziness happened. Everything went sideways, and then I scared everybody off. I scared Terrence Crawford off with the possible fight when he got with BLK Prime. I scared Golden Boy off with the possibility of fighting Virgil Ortiz, which was an incredible fighter too. I scared everybody off. The whole idea of fighting a rematch with Alexis Rocha thrown out the window. And then they just shelved me until my contract was completely up. And then after my contract is completely up, we still have to go through a whole lot of legal stuff to be completely free. And that's been just like a real big headache. But thank goodness everything is over and I can move on. And it's really no hard feelings. I understand that it's just a game that's being played with promoters and this and that. And like even now, I wouldn't still like feel too bad to renegotiate and work again on any level. But it's just like right now, like what who took the call? AB. Who stepped up to the plate to see Blair's potential? Don King. And this is what's happening.
Got you. Got you. And again, thank you for that insight because I think that's going to clear up a lot of a lot or any confusion that may be out there for a lot of fans. But what just out of
Yeah, I
curiosity,
hope
go
that
ahead.
I explained I explain myself in a manner that people could understand, because things happen inside and outside the ring, and there's a whole lot of variables. And if these guys don't see value in promoting you, they can try their very best to stop you. And only God has the true word. So in the end, I can still win. In the end, I still win. But it's just they just gotta take steal some more time from me. That's kind of been like the whole thing with my life. When I started boxing, I was a phenom. I was destroying everything. I was a wrecking ball in the ring. But what ends up happening? I couldn't get a fight for like 3 years straight. I was 4-0 for like 3 years, man. 4-0, 3 years. Couldn't get a fight to save my life when I got started. Once they realized that everything I was doing in the amateurs was working in the pros, and from the gyms in the pros, and things was like, crazy. Yeah, they do the very best they could to stop whatever I got going on. If they can't put some money in their hands for me, and throw me to, like, let's say, to lower key promoters that will fucking not really take care of me and stop things from really flowing, they will. And so, like, I had to be patient and believe in my own skills. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on when it comes to Blair to Flair. You know.
Yeah, no, I think it was a great explanation, and I think you did really well with clarifying for those who are unaware or maybe don't understand the business side of boxing, exactly why you were stuck for a while, and it makes perfect sense. But yeah, you have this fight with AB. Out of curiosity, what weight are you guys fighting at?
147.
147. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you there already. You in the weight class already. Gotcha. I thought maybe you guys be a little bit above that, but I know traditionally Adrian's fought at like 140, so that makes perfect sense.
I mean, like, I watched his last fight. His last fight was at 147.
Mm-hmm.
His last fight was at 147, and he did an incredible job making weight. And he did an incredible job fighting. So,
How does this fight go, man?
I got no, I got nothing, man. I don't know how it's gonna go. All I know is that it's gonna be a big fight. It's gonna be very entertaining. I mean, obviously, I'm the most excited man in boxing, and I rarely ever be in a fight that's not exciting on some level. I've rarely ever been in a fight where it's like, oh man, I think he might lose, and then boom, I win. I mean, There's always going to be an element of surprise when it comes to Blair Flair.
Got you. Do you think, and it could just be him trolling, but what do you think about AB calling out Devin when he has a fight with you?
I don't know, man. Because, like, the whole thing is, I see what these older fighters, what they do is they just try their best to just sell out for something else, and like trying their best to find a fight that will produce more money, and like they think that the Devin Haney fight will produce more money when it probably won't. I mean, come on, it's not that big of a deal. It's probably going to be the exact same, and like they're just trying to cash out on something. That's how usually it happens. I mean, you've been like, look at Keith Thurman. Like, this dude been chasing the dream of fighting somebody for a long time, until finally, like, they finally was like, all right, man, just to fight this guy, and he fucking finally signs the contract, and boom, he's hurt and can't fucking fight again. Like, it's just like like, honestly, those fighters of that era is really the problem. You know what I mean? They're really the problem, because in the end, right? There is no like torch being passed down from any kind of generation from that point. Like, so, like, right now, Blair Flair fighting Adrien Broner. That would be the only torch of the 147 division that's been passed down from a generation. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Earl Spence is passing down shit to Ennis. You know what I'm saying? And like they're having so much bullshit going on between Ennis and Terrence Crawford, and Crawford trying to chase the dreams of fighting Canelo Alvarez, which is like ridiculous. Nobody cares, type of thing, and it's just one of those things. So like in the end, like Blair the Flair is the only fighter that's actually fought a name. So then it begs the question: do you, after that fight, do you really value Ennis as high as prestige as he should be? You know what I'm saying?
After which
Now,
fight?
yeah, he hasn't fought a name yet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But then I'll fight a name. What the fucking layoff? Like, what that's going on? You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where it's though like, but he gets a belt. Like, no questions asked, without fucking nothing, without even fighting. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting what's going on with the politics when it comes to boxing. And sometimes it begs a lot of questions like how real is it? Ryan Garcia is over here boasting about a fight without making weight and never even won a title. And then you have Golden Boy that wants to promote him as the guy that doesn't need to speak to nobody. He's the one and only, and
Do you think
all
he's the
these
face
things.
of boxing, like Oscar said?
I don't know. I think that Oscar is just saying that. You know what I mean? I don't think that he has the right to say that. And honestly, I don't know how real it is when people don't make weight and don't take the fight game so serious. I mean, it's already bad enough that we have to deal with YouTubers getting in boxing, TikTokers getting in boxing that has nothing to do with boxing. You have people that's like trying to get involved, and you have somebody fighting Mike Tyson right now that has no boxing experience at all,
Does he have a
and they
chance?
fighting with 16-ounce gloves and everything, doing the most. And this is supposed to be fighting, and it's supposed to be a real fight. Like, even though they're fighting 2-minute rounds, it's a lot of strange things that are going on in boxing, and I just wish that it would dial it back a little bit.
Got you. Got you. So just a couple questions and I'll let you go, Blair. I appreciate your time. But since you mentioned it, do you think Jake Paul has a shot against Mike Tyson?
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure he does. I mean, how old is he again? 27 or some shit?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, like like, of course. How old is Mike Tyson?
Pushing 60.
70? Like, pushing
Yeah.
60? Come on, man. He's an old man, like, of course. I mean, shit. Anybody at that point has a shot. Yo, man, if you can't catch a motherfucker in a wheelchair, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Like, if you can't catch a motherfucker in the cane, if you can't catch a motherfucker walking in the cane, I don't know what the fuck is your problem. Like, you just ain't that dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Got
So
you.
it's just one of those things. I don't think that something like that should have been even made, personally. You know what I mean? I think it puts a stain on Mike Tyson's career and character, and then also it dilutes boxing and hurts the sport more so than help the sport.
Got you. Got you. And we'll end with this. May 31st, my guy, Blair the Flair Cobbs, Blair the Flair Cobbs versus Adrien Broner, Hard Rock Hotel, Miami. Make sure y'all catch it. I'm excited to see what happens that night and everything from there going forward, because it seems like there's so many implications around that fight now. And I'm excited for you, brother. And I'm excited for the future for both you guys. So best of luck to you. And we're with you always, man. We'll see you on Fight Hype again.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can't wait to see you guys. Thank you very much for having me. Shout out to Fight Hype. Shout out. Thank you. Have a good night. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.